There is a lot of talk about Bill Cosby going to jail, to prison. I must say, they're wondering if he did it or if he didn't do it. And if he did, he's being beaten up on. If he didn't, he's being beaten up on. But I would like to send you down to memory lane. Back in 1970s, in the 70s, Bill Cosby came out, became, Bill Cosby came out with a cartoon called Fat Albert. And in Fat Albert cartoons, there was always an episode about life in itself. Spoke about how to treat one another, how to have compassion with one another, how to respect yourself and others, the morals, life itself, and many other things that he spoke about through the cartoons for his people and the world itself. You know, back in the 70s is when the crack cocaine came out and people was running amok with the shit. And the kids was left by themselves. Had no one to teach them what was right or what was wrong. But Bill Cosby came out with a cartoon at the right time. Something, somewhere, has spoke to his heart and had commanded that he's to bring a cartoon that would give us revelation. You didn't see any half-naked women running around. You didn't see stuff like that. Every last character was like real life. If I'm making sense. And then as the time went by, he did the Cosby Show. His wife and his children and their characters, the way they thought, the careers, so forth and so on. He gave us all the inspiration about how to be a parent, how to understand our siblings, our peers, how life is. I remember he was showing how to be a father by his children, especially his girls. If they were going on a date, he wanted to see who was that date. And he wanted to talk to the date. And if they were to marry, he wanted to sit down and have a conversation, see if, what is going on with the man that is his daughter is about to marry. Then he made another show. And this was the time when him and his wife had retired. And yet, they still work by owning their own business, cleaning up their neighborhood, fellowshipping with their neighbors, loving on their neighbor. Out of all that he have done, and out of all that he did not do, he was a good man. But if one particular group of people would condemn him for something he supposedly have done 98 years ago, we tend to fall into the ideal that he did it. What kind of man is he? He raping these women. He really did. He really didn't. You know, what is becoming of a black man? If you were to study your history, you will see how strong, how mighty and powerful our black men are. I don't mean to put an S on it. How black men are. They having fun out there. If you were to notice that if it wasn't for the black men, we women would be in trouble. Now, I'm not getting off the subject, but then again, I am, but I'll come back. Let's check out all other races around here and what they have done. Some things we didn't even know, say like some of the presidents and some people in power now. But their pattern were a continuous pattern of destruction. No matter what Bill did, Bill still put something out there for us to hold on to. But we don't see that. We see a you is wrong. You did this to the women. When you do it to a woman, you did it to me. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Instead of accusing him, we need to be behind him, on the side of him. Look how old this man is. For them to come up with something like that at his prime time. And so what if he did it? And I'm not saying it with an attitude because, you know, it's terrible for anybody to take advantage of anybody. But the point is, they did it to others. They did it to Martin Luther King. They did it to Marcus Garvey. They did it to Malcolm X. They tried to do it to Farrakhan. And they do it to our ordinary men. Constantly beating them on their back, constantly putting a rope around their neck, constantly dragging them through old shit, constantly brutalizing them, beating up on them, constantly. But see, we don't know the foundation that caused that. Sometimes we can be set up on a pedestal from these peoples, and y'all know who I'm talking about, until we lose focus on who we really are. Especially if you have money, you're going to lose focus unless you move away up on an island somewhere, like Tina Turner, like other people that have a peaceful life. But Bill got caught up. He started mingling with our enemies. he started believing that he was loved. They built him up to make him believe that he was the father of the world, that he was America's idol. Since when? When are we going to stop believing what another person is telling us? It's all lies. When are we going to stop and look at what's going on and start calling out on the Almighty? Because we see what they're doing to our people. If they tear down the strongholds or the strongholds, then the weak is no problem. Bill Cosby, Malcolm X, you name them. Prince, Michael Jackson, you name it. I'm not talking about the queens right now. I'm just talking about the kings. And yet, we don't do nothing about it. But believe those that destroyed him. The man, even if he did, what happened? They gave him a doctoral degree. They put him on a pedestal and all you're now qualified to give out medicine. We don't know how many years he went to school to do that. Money talks and bullshit walks. They put him on a pedestal believing. And he began to mingle with them, fellowship with them. I'm quite sure he helped many of them out. And did they appreciate it? No. They went back to the table and told everything what was going on, and then they plotted on how to destroy him even more. And guess what? They had black women in there that accused him for something that he probably did way back then. And these people had to come to her and persuade her that if we give you so much money, you'll speak out on your own kind. Your own people. Your own men. That how many we can look up now and see that they made it? How many we can look up now and say, you know what? I want to be just like him. You don't want to say that because of what other people have said about them instead of what you have to say. I don't care what he did. He's my people. I don't care how many times he did it. He's my people. And the goose cannot talk about the gander. Because they all... Look at some of you guys' mates. Look at how they would go out and cheat with other women and men. But yet, we're talking about Bill. The one that gave us hope. The one that put things out there for us to hold on to when we was growing up because we had no mother and no father. I'm not talking about me. I had a mother and a father. But I know plenty of them that did not. And it had not been for his cartoons, a lot of them would have committed suicide. But they recognized that Bill Cosby knew what they were going through. And he put it out there. But we don't see that. It was just a cartoon. It's nothing special. We don't see God in it. We don't see any truth in it. We don't even know what all he been through just to do that. Then the man wanted to buy a television network. And that's when the shit hit the fan. Ain't nowhere in this world, are you gonna have a black owned television network and you're gonna have all black people on there? You'll be able to expose everything that they do? No, because they want to erase us and say that our culture is now their culture, and we don't have any way of showing forth what we are or who we are. The only thing that they show about us is corruption, which most people, I wonder, when they show things about corruption and when they show that they fighting and killing each other and when they show all of this disrespect, I wonder if they really have a mother and a father. I wonder if they were really born or not. But we don't pay attention to that. Bill Cosby is heartbroken. These women said that he gave them drugs. These women said that he forced them to have sex and came back again. For what? To have sex or for drugs? Well, it certainly was a business meeting. It was a plot, like they did Martin Luther King, like they did all of our men, all of our great men. Bill Cosby is locked up in prison. Do you understand that? They stole his joy. They stole his compassion. They stole everything that man stood for. And they want to accuse him because he what? But we're not looking at the woman's side of it. And let me tell you something. He did not hold a gun to their head, nor did he really rape them. In order for you to be raped, it would be against your will. All these women came back. Something must be good. And they said, oh, he drugged me. Oh, so now he's able to write out prescription. Do you understand the trap? He's able to write out prescriptions now because some folks gave him a license to do so. He thought that he was loved. And yes, O.J. Simpson and all them, they thought that they were loved. And O.J. Simpson, well, that's a different story. I don't think he learned his lesson yet. But Bill Cosby, he took the time out with children. He took the children to different events that I didn't even know. Even when I was thinking about doing a daycare, I thought, oh my God, I could do something like that. That's a good idea. Take them out to events. Take them out to the circus. Take them out to performances. Getting hot in here. He did that. Did you not see the story of Bill Cosby when I couldn't think of her name, but she was in a movie and he was upset about the movie that she was in. Lisa, that's my girl. Lisa. When she did the movie, he was upset about the movie because she showed her nakedness. Don't that tell you something? Don't that tell you something When Denise came downstairs with a little short dress and he told skirt on, he told her you had to go back upstairs and change. Don't that tell you something? He was a man of his own. He was a black man. He is a black man. My heart went out to him when I seen how hurt he was. Right now, we should be out there in front of the prison and have bigger signs than the walls of the prison, letting him know how much we love him, how much we're going to care for him. Something like encouragement. I know we don't know too much about that, us black people, because we want to accuse what everybody else accused him of. We want to say it's true. That's why white people say black people believe any goddamn thing. You tell them that it's green, they'll believe it. I'm green? Yeah, you're right. I'm not black. I'm half black and green. My mama was green. My ancestors was green. Oh, the DNA said. And you believe in it. You believe that before you believe your own history. It wasn't going to be you're going to help your people and then come around here and help us. No, it wasn't going to be you're going to help your people and then going to come and smile in our face. No, either you're going to be with us or you're going to be with them, your black folks. I guess he said, well, by now I'm of age where it's time for me to, maybe put on another show, maybe another cartoon, write another book. And that's another thing. How many of us ever bought his books? How many of us ever? Do you know that man have a wife? How many of us females is encouraging her? How many of us females is on YouTube showing the love for her? To me, it looked like she's standing alone after all they done for us. I know you don't appreciate it. Well, he ain't done nothing for me. He didn't pay my bills. You don't pay your own goddamn bills. But you want somebody else to pay them? Really? Always looking at somebody else's beam in their eye instead of getting the. Always looking at somebody's smoke in their eye instead of getting the beam out of yours. I don't give a rat ass what the man did. I'm sure, I have compassion for what happened. But it takes two to tango, and it's two sides of every story. But we black people is quick of tearing each other down. You quick of believing what everybody, other nationalities is saying. And if you open your eyes, you will see that every nationality is trying to get up on the rock, while we just mingling around and pushing them up there. We so blind we can't even understand that we need to be pushing each other up to get up on the rock too. Because let me tell you, once they're up on the rock, you think they're gonna pull your ass up? Then if you do take another look at how they did Bill Cosby, how they did Malcolm X, how they doing Farrakhan, how they doing Marcus Garvey, how they did Malcolm X. And God knows some of his children we need to pray for. They have had difficulties in their lives. And I ain't going there. I just want to, share that with you, how I think. I don't give a damn what nobody think about what I think. And maybe you don't give a damn about what I think. But I'm going to say it. Bill Cosby right now, he need love and support. Never mind about what he did. Take it to God. Let him fix it. We're not the judge. We're not the one that sits so high and looks so low. We didn't bring him in this world, and we're not going to be the one. We didn't bring him in this world, but we're allowing people to take him out. Where is your heart? Where is your compassion? When are we going to stop allowing people to do our men like that? When are we going to take the time to stand up and voice your opinion and let them know that we love them regardless? He's a prodigy son. He's a prodigy son. Just because he made a mistake or didn't make a mistake, we don't know. We wasn't there. But just because, my prayer is that he be safe and he be peaceful, like Daniel was in the den of lions, and that his wife would be safe. She would be strong, that when he get out, and that's my prayer, is that he gonna come out, and he gonna come out more powerful than what he did when he went in. Love carry, love covers a multitude of sins. It does. If they continue to take our black men away from us, look at the young generation. Look at where they at. Look at what they're doing. Why don't we get off our ass and do something? When? When? When will we start caring for one another? When will we start loving one another? When will we start helping one another? When will we start taking a time out and show love to one another instead of hate? Hate. Hate on